Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Taupe Hollow research at the 35% area bonus. First of all, I want to apologize for the sound error when I was at RaenonX in yesterday's video. I fixed the technical issue here when I did the screen recording, so just wanted to apologize for that. And thank you to you guys who pointed that out in the comments. That kind of feedback is always very much appreciated. So I have a main sleep session today, and I also have a nap session. I tried to do the snoozing trick today as well during the nap session, so hopefully there should be a Cyndaquil and maybe a Quilava in those sessions. So at the very least in the nap session. I can't guarantee the snoozing here in the main session, but this main session is going to be rather short because that's snoozing for sure. But yeah, it's short because I had a long nap session yesterday because I was interested in evolving my Pichu into the Raichu, as you might have seen. So this is a snoozing. This is by chance, just my natural sleep, I guess. And we got 6 encounters. I also have the good camp ticket, so maybe we'll get another encounter somehow. So let's see it, everyone. I'm looking for the Cyndaquil, the Quilava, Typhlosion. I see a new here. Hey, Clefairy. All right. I am on the hunt towards reaching the 350 threshold on the sleep decks, which I suspect will be the next requirement for unlocking a new area. I'm like 5 or 6 sleep styles away now, so it's pretty good. Haven't seen 3-star Clefairy before. And this being a non-good sleep day event, that's pretty nice. I'll take it. So, let's poke around here. I see a Charmander, a Growlithe. Is there a Cyndaquil here today? Growlithe, Diglett, and Rattata. No Cyndaquil. And I guess the good camp ticket encounter was during the same encounter as the premium biscuit, which was the nap session yesterday. So that makes me curious if I should even try to catch either of these. I am a little bit interested in the Rattata, but I am on the hunt for the Cyndaquil and the Quilava. And I think overall, my biscuit spend is going to be pretty huge. So, well, the Rattata is hungry, so that changes things a little bit. I'm not going to go after either one of these. Not too fan of the Arcanine personally. I don't have enough main skill seeds for them to go around. If I had that, then maybe the Arcanine with the anti-combo could be a good idea. And I have a pretty decent Charizard. Not interested in the Clefairy just yet. And I have a really good Dugtrio, so I'm thinking actually I should just feed the Rattata here. If I can catch it with 3 regular biscuits, that's going to be perfect. And aside from that, I'm hoping to find some more interesting Pokemon in the nap session, which hopefully should also be snoozing. I did the little tap trick that I showcased yesterday, and we got a crit on the Rattata, so that is going to be a review. I have been on the hunt for a berry finding Rattata for a long time. I just haven't found a single one, which is pretty crazy given the fact that it's now level 22. And that first gold skill is a 1 in 7 chance of being bear finding. And I haven't found, not even a bad one. I just straight up haven't found a single Rattata with bear finding yet. So it is pretty impressive how rare it is for me. So I think overall the Charmander here is the better candy. But because I am doing a nap session in this video, then it is going to be overwritten by the nap session. Hopefully I'll find a Cyndaquil. So got the Rattata here. It's an adamant nature. That is amazing. That is the best nature for the berry specialist. It is speed up and ingredients down. If this is the berry finding, I just found my Raticate. That would be so exciting. I've tried to get the Rattata for a long time. You can see friendship level 22 is pretty high. And I would say my standard overall for Eradicate is not particularly high. I literally just want the berry finding. And if I can get some speed, I'll take it. It's not an S tier Pokemon like Typhlosion where you really want to stack all those factors. So for me, I am very happy with just a short hunt, which well, 22 is pretty long, but Adamant Nature, if I can get the berry finding in one of the first 3 slots, I'm gonna be happy. So let's just see it, everyone. It's not. Oh, you can see it has the number 2 here. Typically on the berry finding, you can see 3. So in this case, it would have to show up by chance at level 25 or level 50. So it's gonna have a different sub skill in the first slot. If it is helping bonus, that would be huge. And we'll just have to see if there is another gold skill coming up. It's Research EXP and Inventory. An Inventory Ingredient Finder. Oh man, that was so exciting. And then the letdown. Research EXP bonus is the worst gold skill. It's a troll. It's just a filler to water out the chance of berry finding, I swear. And then the Inventory Ingredient Finder just clogs up the whole space here, and the helping speed comes in at level 100. I think overall this may be one of the best Rattatas I ever found, just because most of them are so horrible. But it doesn't have the berry finding, so that was unfortunate. It would have been very exciting as well with that double crit, and then for it to be berry finding, but... Alright, well, let's see here. Pop into the research community and see if anything's interesting. Got some from Sarah, Harpy King, Liquid, White Rabbit. Hey, got some more friendship. None from Squiggly yet. I am awaiting your research. So, let's hop into the nap session and see if we can find some Cyndaquil. That would be pretty nice. Then I can send some Cyndaquil candy to the friend list, which I suspect most of you guys would be interested in this week. I'm also surprisingly getting close to Master 3 at Taupe Hollow. I do have the good camp ticket, and so that kind of helps. But yeah, look at that. That is a perfect snoozing. You want that first dip to make sure that the game actually registers that you are napping. So you just set the device aside for like 20 minutes, something like that. And then I just set the alarm on my watch. And every 15 minutes, I just gently tap it 3 times. And it does the trick. So now I can force slumbering and I can force snoozing. And I think if I'm just more vigorous with the taps, it's going to be dozing. But if you get too vigorous, it will just say like, you were not asleep at all. So finding the balance between snoozing and slumbering, snoozing and dosing is going to be hard for me. So we'll just have to see what happens. 2 green, could be another Quilava. I would be interested in that. And let's see what we got, everyone. Eradicate. No new sleep styles. That makes me worried for the Cyndaquils. Oh man. This is a bunch of junk. Alright, let's see if there's anything hungry though. At least one of these Pokemon should be hungry from that good camp ticket. If the Ditto is hungry, that could be interesting. I have had a long discussion in Nirtheart from time to time about how the Ditto is easier to find than most people think, just because the ingredient list is ABC, preferably, and the B ingredient has a higher chance of rolling. It's like 2/3 chance, and so essentially with a 2/3 chance and a 1 1/3, you have a 1 in 6 chance of finding the perfect ingredient list on the Ditto instead of 1 in 9 for most Pokemon that you just want that AAA list or mono ingredient. I have a really good Doug trio. Not gonna go for the Jigglypuff. The Eradicate is interesting. And I could also potentially go for the Growlithe. I'm thinking I should just save my biscuits for the most part. I am going to stock up once I go low, but I don't want to splurge too hard. So I think it is going to be Eradicate today. And I'm just going to feed it the premium biscuit to secure the catch. And I do appreciate the fact that it's got 12 points and not like 100. So to catch it just by having it show up hungry, that's pretty huge. And I don't know if I want to go for another one. You saw my Rattata, like I'm way into the 20s on the Rattata. And so this Raticate is mostly just to catch something. And it is a berry specialist, so it kind of makes sense to catch it on either of the evolution stages. So I think the Ditto here is the better candy. I personally way prefer the Ditto. Once the max level is increased to level 60, I suspect that people will be starting to talk about Ditto a lot more. It seems that people tend to overlook the fact that it has triple tails, or that level 60 is too far away and all that talk, but I got a level 50 Ditto, and it's not too far off to level 60, especially if you are using it daily. Ah, the docile nature, that is neutral. Not berry finding in the first slot. Skill level up, helping speed, skill trigger, ingredient finder. Nothing. Wow. I have not been particularly lucky with my encounters today, but I can't be all luck and grace in these videos, so I'll just have to do another nap session tomorrow, as well as the main session, and hopefully I can find me some Cyndaquil and Quilava. I don't know if I'm going to be as lucky tomorrow with the main session being Snoozing like it was today. That kind of gameplay is kind of random, so we'll just have to wait and see for that roll. And we're getting closer to the fire week. I'm pretty excited personally to see what the Ninetales will be up to in terms of the ingredient rate and the skill trigger rate and the ingredients. At this point in time, we know the frequency. It's going to be a fast berry specialist with a decent inventory, but this one's a big question mark still. I'm hoping potentially, in a weird way, that it has a high ingredient rate and then also a high skill rate. I'm super curious to see if there's any milk here. I think if I was to piece something together, it would make sense for Fury Herb and milk, and then no C ingredient, but we'll just have to see. Maybe cacao, something like that, but we don't really know as of now. And so the hunt starts on Monday when you can actually encounter it. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the bundles should be up already. No, it's happening a little later. But yeah, you can get that Vulpix incense, and if you do a late in the day nap on the Monday, then you can encounter Vulpix just straight away. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. And I am getting super excited for the Raichu. I am going to use the candy boost on the Raichu and see if I can boost it all the way up to level 50. Currently it is level 15, and so that's going to be a big buff. And actually, when I think about it, I think I'm getting pretty close to having 10 Pokemon at level 50. Let's just double check here. Alright, so I have 8 Pokemon, and then the Raichu is pretty close. And then I'm just wondering if there are any Pokemon here that I have a lot of candies for that I could pretty much just zoom in. Do I have a lot of Altaria candy? 500 is decent, not enough. It would have to be closer to like 1,000 to really boost it, like the Raichu here. Let's see, 800 and it's already evolved. Nah, not the Eevee. Maybe the Rattata? I have a lot of Rattata candy. I could potentially boost the Rattata all the way into like the Abyss. Let's see here. So I sort by level and then by typing, and then I think I should get a lot of the Rattata. Let's see. Yeah, let's just have a look at this one. So if I max out the, I think it's 40 candies to evolve the Rattata into Raticate. See if I just spend everything except 40 candies where I'm at. 43. So during a candy boost, I can get this one up to level 50. That's pretty interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind for the water event. I don't think I'll be able to find a good enough Quilava or Cyndaquil by next week, so I probably will be boosting the Raichu. The Quilava that I found yesterday was pretty good. It's got the berry finding in the second slot, and it's got a neutral nature. And so overall, that's not too bad. Unfortunate with the Research EXP bonus, Troll first gold skill, and I don't really care too much about the skills on the Quilava, particularly if it's caught as a Quilava. I don't want the skill trigger, so it's mostly just it has the berry finding and that's it, and it's not a bad nature by any means. EXP gains up can be kind of nice on the berry specialist just because the level is so important for the berry value, but hopefully I'll just keep on going here and eventually find something better. I just don't know if it will show up in time, because once I go for the Typhlosion, it is going to be pristine. Like if we hop into the expansion here and just map out what I'm looking for personally, I think for the Typhlosion, I don't usually look for the helping bonus, but in this case I might. And then something like this with the adamant nature. If I can find 3 out of 4 here, I think I'm going to be pretty set. I don't care too much about the post level 50 sub skills, but having the adamant nature and the BFS is really strong, and having at least one speed sub skill in addition to the berry finding is going to be huge. So that's personally what I am looking for in the Typhlosion, and if I have to hunt this until like 50 encounters, I will, and just stack up those candies over time. Overall, my team, as many of you know, is very ingredients focused, and I think that kind of is interesting like late game, because I can get by just fine by cooking, and once I settle on those berry specialists, they are going to be busted. So yeah, that's my long-term plan, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope your prep week for the fire week is going well, and that you are getting some good luck on the snoozing sessions for the fire types. So hope you enjoyed this video. You can leave a like if you did, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow in another Pokemon Sleep video.